Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. Let's talk a little bit of 49er football. If you stick around, you might hear one of my dad jokes. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. It's going to be a good show. We got a lot to talk about, maybe a lot of nothing, but it's a nice day to wake up. We're all alive. Hopefully, you got a nice cup of coffee or something to drink. Something wet the whistle. So there's been a lot of talk about all kinds of stuff going on, and we've kind of went over that a little bit. So if anybody in the chat wants to jump in and start again asking questions, we can answer as we go. There's been talk of the kicker competition. Is it really a competition? Well, we know everybody needs to compete. Everybody needs to compete because if you're just awarded the job, then are you really putting your full effort out there? Do you really believe that you have to try any harder? So then there's been the dink and dunk conversation. I don't really like that too much. You got to think about it. It's just perspective and it's wording, how somebody perceives a certain style of quarterback, or you know, in the end, is that quarterback even running the offense that the coach wants or that the organization's got set up for him? Sometimes you have to take what the defense gives you, and sometimes you have the ability to go over the top, and maybe you just have a little bit more arm. But sometimes when you have more arm, you don't have it up there either. Vice versa. That's not what we have in our camp right now. We have a lot of good quarterbacks that are ready. They are ready. One's coming off of an injury, one is rehabbing. So we have two technically injured quarterbacks. And then we have a quarterback that no one seems to believe in. So it's interesting. We can continue to divide our fans and argue amongst ourselves, or we can just wait out camp and see who comes out ahead. That's why they have camp. They have camp so they can compete. And then there's been talk about different speculations of us maybe picking up a wide receiver here or there. And right now, with the amount of wide receivers we have, I don't see us going after a crazy wide receiver, or just really adding to that right now. It's who do you want to cut away? And at that point, I don't see us cutting anyone away that we have currently that fits our roster or knows the playbook. So for a rookie to come in and take a vet's job, I don't see that happening very likely not happening. And then with, like a veteran coming off of another team like D Hop, he would have to know the scheme. He'd have to fit in. And we know you got to block to be on this team. So then we have that, and then if you think about it, like what is this team really missing? Well, we're missing maybe a right tackle, and we're maybe missing an edge rusher. So with the amount of money we got, hopefully soon they either make that choice or we got that guy in camp. Well, I got a buddy down in the bottom, and his name, I think y'all know him. He's the one. He's the realest of us all. I'm gonna bring him on, and we're gonna have a good show.
What up, Brian?
Hey, Ryan, thanks for coming. I got a good show for us today. Some nice topics, I think. And yeah, appreciate you. Really had fun last night on the call-in show, and I think we got to a lot of good points. I think everybody was able to say some words that they wanted to, and the topics. I mean, we had a lot of good topics. I really do think good panel, and everybody was polite. So shout out to you, and shout out to everybody who was watching last night too.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel. I think that show's trending up, like as far as quality goes. I think we're starting to kind of find where it goes. Who knows? By the time the season starts, we might actually have something worth watching.
Yeah. Really quickly, let me shout out everybody. Of course, you jumped in. Thank you for your support. Bebop, one of the best friends that the faithful can have. Tommy Huxley, great talking to him last night. I agree with you, Tommy. The dink and dunk is derogatory. It's a way to say you're limited or you're just not good enough without saying it. And then again, Bebop again ended up getting a Bosa tattoo. Probably good. I didn't. That is a good thing. If you get tattooed, you better make sure it's something really, really good. And then
Bebop, don't get a player tattooed on you until they get put, until they retire as a Niner or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Don't, no. You know what I mean? Nothing till
Really
it's
quick,
official.
really, yeah. Don't do that. Really quickly, we got Jeff in the house, and then we have CarCast down at the bottom, and Tony as always. I'm gonna bring in David and Steve-O, and we're gonna get going. Good morning, David.
What's up, guys?
What up, David?
Bebop. That'd be like tattooing a girlfriend's name on you, and then 2 months later she leaves you. You just don't do it yet.
Never put a name on you that's not your kids.
Yeah, don't do it. All right, bringing in Steve-O. Good morning, Steve-O. You got your ears cut. Your ears are
What's
lowered.
up? Yeah, dude.
Looking good.
Trying to
All
copy
right,
you.
well, yeah. So this is my question for the day, for the channel. I think we all can get away from these questions that we kind of had earlier.
That's my birthday. Whatever you call it.
Is your birthday here soon?
I'm 41 today. I've never been this old before.
What? What? Congratulations, Ryan, everybody. Hopefully we can give them some happy birthday wishes in the chat. And this is gonna be a great day. All right, so maybe we'll sing happy birthday at the end. We'll see what's going on. I wish I would. This one just snuck up on us. They're gonna do it next year.
Yep.
All right. So
I'm not one for letting people know until it happens.
Oh man. You're good at that one. All right. Well, that changes almost everything, but we're still going to move on. So here's the
move on. We're good.
No, we're not moving on. We'll always come back. But this is what I got put together for the show. Let's see.
We got Gav in the chat. Notorious Gav.
What's up?
All the way from Wales.
Yeah, all the way from Wales.
Thank
you, Gav. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, and we got Damian Lee coming in. Yeah, Palpatine's birthday today. You know it. Tony coming in.
You know the Sith Lord ain't got no birthday. Come on now. I'm just using the power of the Force.
All right. Well, we might have to do something special later today if you don't got anything going on. So, all right. This is all right. We'll talk about that later. So we were talking the other day, and I like bringing up fun stuff, right? And I shared this with David here. This, and it's funny, we were talking about Cleveland. This is the Cleveland Rams. Yeah. Back in 1937, they were like a dark blue and dark red uniform, and they ended up moving to LA. When they moved to LA, they moved. They had yellow and red helmets. 1949, and they were formidable. So shout out to the Rams. And here's one more picture of them. This is a better picture of what they look like.
So you're saying the Los Angeles Rams that we know are a fraud?
They're from Cleveland, and we know all about Cleveland, right?
Well, clearly they used to be yellow and red, and now they are blue and yellow. So they totally switched sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They were like blue and red to begin with, like right here, and then they went to LA. They jumped into like the mustard and ketchup, uniforms, and then they go ahead and jump into like the blue and white uniforms, and now the blue and yellow uniforms, and it's like blue and gold.
Go back to the mustard and ketchup. Doesn't that look like Ronald McDonald if he had a lamb? You know what I'm saying? Ronald McDonald's lamb.
Wow. Yeah, he really does. Now those things are ugly. I mean, and so the Rams, they were the original Cleveland franchise. The Browns weren't even the original Cleveland franchise.
Yeah.
It was the Rams.
They act like they own it too. They act like they're the only things that ever been there, and clearly not. So the Browns and the Rams, LA Rams, are frauds. That's what I just found out right now. Holy Peo time. What do you have to say about this? How do you explain yourself?
We love you, Peo, but yeah,
Love you, Peo.
that's some history right there. So I thought it'd be fun to get into, like, just keep it simple. Since there's 4 guys right here, we'll just probably keep the panel to this. If we get any other friends, we get any other friends later. But I figured Memorial Day weekend's coming up. It might be a great way to talk about our opinion. Who is on your San Francisco Mount Rushmore? So let's start with the birthday boy.
Oh God. Ronnie Lott, Steve Young, Joe Montana.
You got to put the goat on there.
Roger Craig.
You didn't put the goat on there?
He becomes such an ornery, just like pissed off old man. I just don't really want to hear from him anymore.
But so you're not just doing football, you're including off the field as well?
I'm just saying. Look, you're talking about who's my greatest? Well, I don't look at him as the greatest. You know what I mean? That's just how it is.
So before I got everybody here, I started thinking, what my Mount Rushmore would be, and I figured we'd all probably have basically the same guys. So I got pictures of everybody. So let's drop it down to David, and then we'll go to Steve-O. What's your Mount Rushmore, David? And then we'll look at some of these pictures I got.
My Mount Rushmore is Ronnie Lott, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, and Bryant Young.
Ooh, I like it. I like that a lot. Steve-O, what's your Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, I think mine's the same as McNiners.
All right, so mine would have to be. It's kind of hard because some of these kind of get ugly, right? So I would have to say Steve Young. He's one of my Mount Rushmores. Joe Montana. I know that's 2 quarterbacks, right? I am gonna throw. I'm throwing Jerry Rice on it. Not this guy. Sorry.
That wasn't Jerry Rice.
No, that was Charles Haley. I have the Jerry Rice picture right here.
You can rename the images too.
But so mine's a. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. So my oh, here's Jerry. I like this picture of Jerry Rice. So I have Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jerry Rice, and I
Charles
agree
Haley.
with you guys.
You forgot
Charles Haley would
you put him in there.
He would be one of my honorable. He would be one of my honorable mentions. But I'm gonna agree with you guys right here.
Yeah.
That's who I would put up there. So it'd be my 2 quarterbacks, Joe Montana and Steve Young. I think they both have to go up there. They both did something for the team for the amount of time. Ronnie Lott, I mean, can we say anything more about him? The dude cut his finger off. I think he definitely
gave a part of his body for us. Yeah, that's why I named him first. You know what I'm saying? No one else gave like a physical part of their body for us.
And I have to put Jerry Rice up there. I really do. The guy, same thing. He embodied the soul and energy of the 49ers. Like if Ronnie Lott didn't cut his finger off, Jerry would have came in and acted differently. But Ronnie's like, no, we don't play like that. So I got some cool pictures of Ronnie Lott, and I'm going to start out with this picture because I know he's one of our favorites on the panel here. So if you guys can see the back of the card, it's kind of hard. So he played for the 49ers. He played for the 49ers 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it gets interesting.
Oh.
He went to the Raiders. And I'm not the biggest fan. And he also went to the Chiefs. And he went to the Jets. So I'm in the Chief uniform.
No, I
He
think
pretty much kept 42 throughout his playing time.
No, just seeing him
40.
in another uniform just ain't right.
So now, I thought this was no. So like a lot of people don't like USC, and I don't know why. I'm a big California guy, so I like USC, UCLA. I like Cal. I like California teams. So it's funny because picking out pictures today, I run into this picture, and that's our boy right there, right? He's from UCLA, no, not UCLA, USC. That's the Trojans. And I was like, wow, 42, 42, right? And then we go and look at this picture. And maybe David, maybe you know a little bit more than I do. Did he play 24 at one point?
That was his rookie
year, and
season. Yeah, that was his rookie season. Someone already had 42.
Those are like the show
So let me bring Corey in real quick. He's paid. What's that, Steve-O?
So those are like the shoulder pads they gave me when I played as a receiver.
Hey, Corey. Thanks for coming. We're going over the Mount Rushmore panel. Who would you?
Good morning.
So,
good morning. Good morning.
Good, Corey.
So we're going over the Mount Rushmore panel today. Like, who would be your? Yep. So if you'd like to give us your four, who you think should be
the person. Okay. My four was the person you just had on there, Ronnie Lott. And then Brian Young, Joe Montana, and Jerry Rice.
I might even take off Young because I know he's underrated, but I might even throw Patrick Willis on there. But that's a toss-up.
Ooh.
Thank you very much for showing up. We appreciate you. I think this might be the first time I've seen you here, and that's a good comment. Thank you. Yeah, Ronnie Lott. I think he has to be on everybody's Mount Rushmore.
I mean, him and Steve Atwater.
Steve Atwater, yeah. Okay.
Again, Brian, I hear you.
So who's your four? You said Ronnie Lott, you said?
Ronnie Lott, Brian Young, Jerry Rice, and Joe Montana.
Okay. Okay, I can see that. Yeah. David also said Bryant Young. And Bryant Young, he was very dominant on our team. He was a good locker room presence. And I'm so happy he retired a 49er. That's one guy that got to retire with the team. So before we go too much further, Corey, I didn't know if you heard or not, but we got a birthday boy on the panel. The realest one of them all, Mr. No Border Sport.
Oh, Jay's birthday.
Really,
he kept that quiet last night, huh?
Right?
Yeah, he did.
He didn't say nothing.
Didn't say nothing.
Unless he told y'all before I came on.
Nope.
Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to No Border Sports. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much, Corey. That was awesome. Appreciate it.
So I have a question for the panel. At what point in time in your life does your birthday lose its cool because you're just getting older?
The only thing I've ever, I never really cared about my birthday past my 20s, really, or like, other than just like, hey, I'm gonna cook some badass food tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have me a good meal. You know what I mean? Like put something on the smoker, or, you know, create some, you know, or go out and have a steak, something like that. You know what I mean? So I really don't put that much emphasis on it. Like I'm not like my stepmom wished me a happy birthday. I said, thank you very much. You know what I mean? My sister will hit me up here. My daughter will call me. And my buddy Chris will call me. Other than that, I'm not worried about things, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, it's not that I'm like scared of getting older. It's just like, it's another day. It's another trip around the sun. But to me, it's just, it's a Saturday, bro. My birthday also, if you can't tell, is Memorial Weekend. So growing up as a kid, I just like everybody was on vacation. So it was me, my mom, my grandma, my grandpa sitting in Concord Park having a fucking shitty chocolate depression cake because grandma thought that cake tasted so good. She would make this cake with no eggs. So back in the Depression where eggs was, you know, expensive and whatnot, you would use like vinegar and baking soda to make the cake rise and whatnot. So this is the kind of cake that she would make every year on my birthday while we sat alone in the park. So it's never been a special, you know, I don't know. Like I used to go to other kids' birthday parties, but like my party, I never, you know, I'm used to it being not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah.
Most times celebrate like my family, we celebrate birthdays like if you turn when you turn 21, then you have a big celebration. And you turn 50, and then you have a big celebration. And next one is like if you turn 100.
So you only get 3 celebrations in your life? well, probably 2. Probably 2. That third one's a hard one to get. I'm telling you, not many make it there. That's a hell of a finishing line. You know what I'm saying?
But I had my big celebration at 53. When I turned 53, that's when my family threw me a surprise party. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I've never been taken to that or Christmas just because I'm an only child. But living in Nevada, like you get free shots every bar you go to. It's your birthday, you get a free shot. So I used to go to like 8 bars. Then, you know, have somebody drive me around, and now I'm like, I'm getting too old for that. So I don't even do that anymore. But on your birthday and Memorial Day weekend, in like 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to head out to the rib cook-off and eat a couple slabs of rib for you.
There you go. That's what I expect you to do for me on my birthday. Go have some good food, maybe have a beer or something, you know, just have some fun, enjoy yourself. I like Christmas because I like to get my daughter shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I like. What's up?
If you don't mind me asking you, how old are you?
41.
41?
As of today. As of 5:36 this morning.
That's awesome, dude. I mean, like, I really wish you would have said something last night, you know, but that's cool. You know, next year we'll know. We'll know. And, you know, but I'm grateful that you're celebrating with us in the morning. We're all able to have a cup of coffee with you, or, you know, drink something. And like you said, maybe later I'll celebrate with a beer or something for you. But let's go ahead. This is a good way to. I don't have birthday candles for you, and Corey already sang happy birthday, but I know this might make you smile.
There we go.
Right?
You know, it'd make me smile even more.
Added another one.
Added another one. That'd be the best present ever. You know what I'm saying? I could share that with everybody. Everybody be excited. You know what I mean? Hey, for Ryan's birthday, we got us another Super Bowl trophy. You know what I'm saying? Nope. We got us a Super Bowl. Happy birthday to everybody. Yeah.
So I want to take a couple minutes and look at the stadiums with you guys real quick, and then I want to show you guys 3 more pictures, and then maybe we'll jump off the show, or we'll go around table for a minute, and then we'll jump off. But appreciate everybody for coming, And please make sure you take a look and subscribe to everybody in the channel. And even Steve-O. Steve-O does some stuff on YouTube too. So you got to find him. You got to know where to go and know what to know. He does a lot of cool stuff.
You got to know when to fold them. Know when to hold them.
Know
when to walk away. Know when to run.
All right. So we're going to bring up Kezar Stadium. This is an old picture. And if you can squint, you'll see it. So down here at the bottom, there's a tunnel at the bottom right-hand corner, or maybe your left-hand corner. There's a tunnel. That's what the entrance is. This is basically the stadium before it got tore down, and the streets are still the same. There's a little bit more parking. There's some of this is rearranged. So if you've been in San Francisco and you get a chance to go to this area, it's called Golden Gate Park. This is Kezar Stadium. It's a really nice place to sit down and relax in the stadium, in the city. So this picture I'm bringing up next, this is what it looks like currently today. And you see that tunnel over there? That's the tunnel at the picture that I was showing you before. So they've taken everything down now. Everything's gone. And now there's just a track and field, and there's some bleachers still. They still do some stuff on the field, but it's not like it was before. I've actually got to kick a field goal on this field, and it was a lot of fun. And again, if you get to go to San Francisco,
was it wide right?
He didn't say he made it. Say kick.
Yeah, he didn't say he made it. He got to kick one.
Let's keep it real this morning, and we'll just keep it. I
just leave it at that.
Okay. Right. I was really nervous. I ran out on the field. I didn't want anybody to yell at me, so I ran back off real quick. So we're not going to say Mr. did it. We're just going to keep you guys guessing. So
we're not guessing. We're not guessing.
The only time a kicker has ever called a timeout, so he didn't have to kick.
Yeah. He iced him damn self.
It was one of the
timeout,
best
coach.
moments of my life. I'm telling you. Until I kicked, and after I kicked, we'll talk about that later. All right, so Levi Stadium is our new stadium, but we used to play in Kezar, then we moved to Candlestick, but it wasn't originally our stadium. There was probably a lot of thought and attention of us moving in there together, but we weren't the first football team to move in there, nor we were the first team to move in there. The Giants moved into Candlestick originally, and this is what Candlestick used to look like. And it's a beautiful stadium, but it's definitely a baseball stadium. So over the years and stuff, they did remodeling and stuff like that. And this is probably maybe the understanding or maybe the logic of when you look at Candlestick and you're like, why does it look so funky? Or why were there so many places in Candlestick that was so hard to see the game? I've had reports by many people that were faithful, and they're like, I couldn't see. And Candlestick started putting these TVs around pillars and stuff so you could see the game. So love the old stadium, but I guess there was a lot of bad viewing areas. And this is a picture of the stadium when it was more the 49ers. And you can see this is an oval. This is a baseball stadium, and they put a football field in the middle of it. They made it work, and we won a lot of championships and a lot of games there. So it worked. But I'm again, it's not a football stadium, right? So now we come down to here, and we're looking at Levi's. And at first, you kind of look at it, and you're like, what the hell did they do? Did they put another football, field on a baseball, stadium? They eliminated seats again, right? So in years to come, are they going to do something weird, and now we're going to have the same kind of situation that Candlestick had, or is this our final product? And we already know. They're already talking about remodeling. They're already talking about doing stuff. We can't put a dome on this stadium. And I'm not mad about the stadium. I think the stadium looks nice, and it looks nice, but it kind of it goes back to like, I get these vibes right here. So I'm asking you guys, do you guys kind of get similar vibes out of Levi's? Does it remind you of a baseball stadium?
Go back to Levi's.
Looks like a college stadium.
Yeah.
Just It's 10 years old. We're kind of wed to it now, especially when they're throwing more money into it.
Did you know the Coliseum held, I think it was 10,000 people, and it could fill and empty in less than 30 minutes?
The Roman Coliseum?
Yeah. So to me, I don't. Levi's is so dumb.
What is
Levi's is so dumb.
They could have
Well, I mean-
rebuilt it right. You know, they could have tore down Candlestick and rebuilt it right there. But we would have had to play probably somewhere else, you know, for like at least a season. And I don't think that would have been so bad. But
Yeah.
this is the end results that we have right now. And I think it'll be maybe 10 or 20 years before they start talking about moving back to San Francisco. I see it happening. You know, the A's are moving out. Oakland Raiders moved out. The Giants got a new stadium. The Warriors got a new stadium. So to me, it seems like the Niners are moving back. You know, I think we'll have to win a Super Bowl. And I think we're going to have to win a Super Bowl really soon before they start talking about moving back. I know the Santa Clara city officials. I know the Santa Clara County officials. The people that live there, they're not necessarily happy that the stadium's there. They don't like it being, you know, super bright at nighttime. You know, 1 o'clock in the morning, they're trying to sleep. You know, they don't like the noise. So there's a lot of things that's happened just because of the stadium being put there. And then the sad thing is, you know, and this is maybe the funny thing, but
When are they playing games at 1 o'clock in the morning?
Well, they're not playing games, but they're still doing all the closing. They're still like cleaning up everything. You know, there's still a lot of people at the stadium that's shutting it down. So the lights are still on and there's other things that's happening. So maybe there's not such much, it's not, the noise isn't as bad, but there's been
Sometimes
concerts
they
that's
have
been
it-
played at.
Yep.
They just need to shut the hell up. Oh my God. Oh,
Yeah.
I agree.
I've been to both stadiums.
You just have to, you know, be quiet.
do you want to live at in the most boring city in the world? Like, Jesus. Like, you don't want to have Beyonce? You don't want to have Beyonce? You're really bad if you don't want to have Beyonce. I'm just saying. Look, I don't necessarily put on Beyonce, but I'm not going to trip if I go out on my balcony or go out on the floor and I can hear a Beyonce concert going off in the middle of the night. I'll be like, hell yeah, go get that. You know what I'm saying? I know a shit ton of people are having the time of their life. You know what I'm saying? Who's it on me? I could shut my window. You know what I'm saying? I could figure something out.
So, Lil Spongy gives you a shout out. Happy birthday, Ryan.
Oh, thank you,
Super,
Spongy.
super cool.
I've been to both stadiums. You know, I've been to Levi's. I've been to Candlestick. I like them both. There's some ups and downs about them. You know? Like Candlestick, you wouldn't want to go on a rainy day. If you do, you better go wear your hot rain boots. You better wear the boots. Don't come in there with shoes because you're gonna be soaking wet because that parking lot get flooded. The parking lot always get flooded, and you'll be walking through floods.
I'm from Washington. Like, you ain't phasing me with no puddles. I done it, been there, done it. Walked drenched in the rain. It's just another. It's just another day.
Yeah,
Bro, when you got to stand out and wait for your bus in the rain, you know what I'm saying? And you can't get an umbrella. You know why? The wind.
yep.
One gust of wind goes by, that umbrella is never going back together the same way ever again. So you just sit there, get rained on for 20 minutes while the bus comes. You know what I mean? Because you can't be late. Because they're picking you up.
You don't have covers over the bus stops?
No, it is not for school bus stops.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? They're picking up kids, you know, really close to their house. They can't put up, you know, I don't know, 30, 40 bus stop, 30 bus stops for a route. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
out
You
here,
get rained on.
you go to the bus stops. There ain't no cover because The
Yeah.
it used to be covered, but the teenagers town. I'm like, why y'all do this?
Hey, John.
Thank you, John.
Ryan wanted to say happy birthday. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. And then let's go. I got my last question. A couple pictures I want to talk to you about today. I always like talking to you guys. I think we're in the show up a little bit early today. I gotta run to the other town. So here we go. So there's been 3 catches that's been like significant that's happened in 49er franchise history, right? And I think you know each one of them. Every one of them we titled catch 1, 2, and 3, right? So I would like to know, like, maybe your guys' thoughts. Do you remember where you're at? Because we got a couple guys on the panel here that might have seen it live or remember what it happened. And Steve-O, I don't know if you were able to catch it live. I know you're a little older than me. So I want to hear everybody's opinion on each one of these pictures and their catches, what they mean to you. So let's start with Corey.
Hold on. Which one are you showing? My computer went down. Joe Montana to Dwight Clark.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that was amazing for me. I was like, I thought he was throwing it out of the end zone. I thought it was gonna be on. I was like, oh man, it's too high. Then the Dwight Clark caught it. I was like, oh, yes, we beat the Cowboys. Yes. And it was another amazing moment for my great quarterback.
What year was that? 93?
81.
What year
That's
was that?
The
81.
catch happened 81.
Yes.
Oh,
I was born 5 months later.
I was 1 years old.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was born 5 months later.
Okay. But you probably got to see this picture plastered throughout life. So
Oh yeah. I know exactly what we're looking at. Don't worry. Hey, I'm a Niners fan.
Oh yeah. All right. So David, let's go to you then real quick because it sounds like me, Steve-O, and Ryan are in the same boat. Do you remember this picture? Do you remember what you're doing around the time, or just any thoughts?
I was young, so I was actually still living in Indiana at that point, and I did not get to see this one, unfortunately.
What part of Indiana were you living at?
Anderson.
Okay. My family's from Goshen and Elkhart, up there by South Bend. So
Yeah, I always thought
cool. All right.
I always thought he was a tight end for some reason growing up.
Well, I think there's been reports, and he's been written down as a tight end several times. I think, because of his size and his height, I think he has moved around on the line. But I think officially he's retired as a wide receiver. But I've seen the same reports, Theo, so I get confused too. All right, let's move to the next picture. I think this is one that we all can remember.
Yes.
Where were you at? How did you feel, Corey, when Steve Young beat the Packers?
I was again real happy because I got tired of losing to Green Bay. And I was sitting at my house looking at TV and watching Terrell Owens drop that ball so many times. Then at the last one, he catches it and we win the game. I'm like, yeah. And my neighbor, my brother's best friend, he was a Green Bay Packers fan. So I got to do a dance in front of him. See, we finally beat your team.
Yeah. All right, Steve-O, what were you doing when the Niners? This is probably your other team, isn't it? You like the Packers too, right?
Yeah, I don't remember where I was. Only within the last like 5 years, I could tell you exactly where I was when something happened. Except for like 9/11, I remember everything to the detail. But other than that, I had no clue what I was doing. I was watching the game for sure, but I don't remember where or anything like that.
What about you, David McNiner? What were you doing the day Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, and Steve Young beat Brett Favre?
I was actually having a barbecue at my house, had a bunch of friends over, and there were some Packer fans mixed in there. So it was like when we won that game, I was like, yeah, all the 49ers fans are celebrating. All the Packer fans are like, did that just happen? They couldn't believe it. It was great.
I love it. I love it. What
One
about
more
you, Brian?
thing.
Go ahead,
One more
Corey.
And I also made a bet with this Packer fan at my job. I told him he had to wear a 49er shirt if he lose. The Packers lose. He said, You already been losing, so I guess you're gonna be wearing a Green Bay shirt. I said, no, they gonna win. I have confidence that the 49ers gonna beat this game.
Did he wear the shirt? Did he end up having to wear it? Did he? All right. See, that's good when people like actually, own their bets, and man up and do it. That's cool. All right, Ryan, where were you at when Steve Young beat the Packers?
I was at home in the living room doing like, fists in the air, jacked up because I was told about our hatred of the Cowboys, right? I never knew of it firsthand, right? I just always knew Cowboys suck. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was told. Green Bay Packers, I actually have firsthand knowledge of the hatred. You know what I mean? That was my first real, firsthand, rival. Cowboys, I didn't know why, but I just knew, you just screw the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? The Raiders thing, I didn't even catch the Raiders thing. Everybody's like, screw the Raiders. So now I say screw the Raiders, all that good stuff, But, man, I was so happy when this happened. I was so happy. It was time. It's like we had been delivered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So when this happened, me and my dad was at our neighbor's house. He was just like 2 houses down the street. He was a Packer fan. I didn't really know too much, about him, as big of being a sports fan, but he's definitely during the game, he was chirping and he kept talking, he rubbing it in. And I'm a little kid, I'm trying to be polite. I'm not trying to, and I can't really say much either. My dad's not going to allow me to talk back like that or, be a jerk like that. So I'm just sitting there. We're enjoying the, like it was like a little cookout barbecue. And it was just the guys. We're sitting there. We're enjoying the game. And it was probably like my first time that I got to hang out with the guys too, So, oh my gosh, Jerry Rice dropped that ball, and they said it was still the Niners' ball. He like fumbled, and we didn't make too much light of it. And then they moved on to the next play, and then Steve Young almost fell down, and he threw the ball to T.O. And T.O. the whole game, like Corey was saying, dropping passes. And then, somehow he managed to put it right there in the breadbasket, and he got smacked by, I wanted to say, three Packers or something like that. They definitely packed him in there, right? And he held on to the ball, and he came in, and I think he came up a new man. I think at that moment, T.O. was like born. He actually believed in himself. And I think I was just totally blown away.
2 hits, so yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't even have my permit then to drive. But it's funny because I had a job interview yesterday, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this buff guy, it was supposed to be just one other guy in the lead. All of a sudden, like the owner's there, like the head guy, like there's 4 head guys in there, and we're just chatting it up. And then all of a sudden, one of them goes, "What's your football team?" And he had his arms crossed, and they're all staring at me. All of a sudden, they all just stare at me, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is a serious question. This might determine if I get the job or not." And then I go, "Well, I didn't see any stickers on anybody's cars." So I was like, he was a Vikings fan. So he's like, "As long as you don't say Green Bay." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm good." It's kind of funny.
You know what? If somebody's going to look down on me for my team, I don't want to work there anyways.
He's talking about how he called Kirk Cousins and everything. And
I personally, I would like somebody who's got an opposite team on my work staff. You know what I mean? Because then I got somebody to talk, trash with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily want everybody. I want to rib people. You know what I'm saying? I want to rib people.
The thing was like, and they're like, why did you ask this question? I'm like, well, because this and that. He's like, I really like that question. But then as soon as the one guy asked that, the sales guy asked that question, like everybody in the room just immediately like looked at me, right? And it was so awkward, like, uh-oh. And I was like, I don't watch football at first. But
I would have been like Niners for life, baby. Look, at my job, I come into contact with Seahawks fans all the time or Cowboys fans. Like there was a guy the other day who's a Cowboys fan. And I was like, oh, it said something about a Cowboys fan. And I said, bang, bang, Niner gang. And he looked up, he's like, really? I was like, yeah, bro. We out here because I'm in Seahawks territory. So, I'm like, I'm just making sure, we keep it 100%. You know what I mean? We keep it the same energy.
If I'd have said Green Bay or, I don't know who his rival is, it's just the way everybody looked at me in the room. I was like, oh, this is the toughest question of the process.
I think that's a great way to segue to the next catch. Steve Young beat Green Bay, beat the Packers, and then it took for a very long time for the Niners to like kind of rebound after Steve Young got injured. We did have a good quarterback with Jeff Garcia and T.O., being the wide receiver for a short period of time. We had Jerry, but we just had a small sliver of a good team for a little while, and then we were rebuilding for years, for a decade at least. And I went through those years, and I'm not happy, but I'm thankful, and I don't want to go through it again. So I understand how important it is to have a good quarterback and not rush one. But it's funny to me that we ended up picking a quarterback like Alex Smith, and Green Bay ends up picking somebody like Aaron Rodgers. They let their guy sit for 4 years, and he turns out to be what he turned out to be. We push our guy, and eventually we push him off our team, and he ends up going to multiple teams, and he's no longer playing. So Aaron Rodgers is still playing. So when this happened, this was very significant to me because it made me like trust the process just that much more. I'm always trusting the process, but when it pays off, you're like, yeah, this is why I'm a fan. So Corey, is going to go to you again. How do you feel about this one?
Oh, I was crying with Vernon Davis. I was crying with him. I was like, ooh, because that game kept me off my seat. I was like this at the edge of my seat all the time, like 49. Ooh, and that last moment, I was like, ooh, we did it again. We made it again, another catch. And my brother, because he's a Raider fan, and he was talking this. He was like, oh, y'all gonna lose the Saints. And then my Saints family in Louisiana, he was like, oh, y'all gonna lose. And we won.
What'd you tell him, Corey?
I said, hey, you see that man, Alex Smith? I'm glad that he came back because I was kind of doing like we did Jimmy G with Alex Smith. I want him gone. Then Harbaugh came in and brought him back. I was like, oh no. But then this moment right there made me like Alex Smith. I was like, I became a fan of him.
Yeah, like he's finally arrived. That's the same mentality I have. Steve, I'm gonna bring a picture up. What are your thoughts, and how do you feel about Alex Smith at this point in his career, and even moving forward? What do you think of the catch?
I honestly do not remember this catch. I remember when I was talking about catch 3, they're all remember Vernon Davis. I do not remember this. It must have been I was selling drugs or doing drugs or something. But I have no recollection of this catch. 0. I don't know why.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie. No idea.
David, do you remember? David,
I really don't. I don't really give. I just think catch 1 and 2 are the catches. You know what I mean? But It's probably because I didn't remember seeing this one live. You know what I mean? And like whatever. I don't know why. It's like for some reason. You ever heard of the Mandela effect?
Yeah.
Maybe it got me. Maybe it has to do with that. Because I remember the Bernstein Bears. You remember the Bernstein Bears?
Yep. I still got a book in my house. I got several of them in my house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was probably in jail. I'm not gonna lie. I was probably in jail and I couldn't watch it because somebody wanted to watch Cops.
I've never been in jail. Just so you don't think that was also my.
Allegedly.
No, never.
No, I meant me.
David, do you remember?
Yeah.
So, remind me what year this happened.
Oh.
This was the championship game, not the championship game. This was the divisional game, I believe, against Drew Brees. I want to say this was 2011 or 2012. I didn't see a New Orleans Saint in the picture. That's what messed me up. Now that was a fun game to watch. I mean, overall, it was a fun game going back and forth the whole game. And Alex Smith showed up big time in this game. You know, he looked like a Pro Bowl QB during that game. You know, he was throwing the ball all over the place. He was matching punches with Drew Brees. But I actually go back and rewatch this game every now and again.
Yep.
But that it was a great catch. It put us in the championship game, and you know we all know what happened there. But you know,
that's why I think this catch gets underlooked or overlooked or under. You know, not to credit it should because of what happened in the Giant championship game. But this game, you know, we went to overtime. That was like the overtime catch, I believe. We won the game at the end because right before that, he had that big run on the side. You know, Alex Smith did the bootleg out and he ran the touchdown. And, you know, like I think the first play of the game or the first series of the game, the 49ers got a fumble from the Saints and we got the ball like down there on the 5. I mean, like you said, it was back and forth, and the Niners had a very good defense and they were able to score on. And that was the whole thing too, is like at that point, a lot of people didn't believe the Niners could score, you know, or keep up with, you know, a gunslinger. And we did. We definitely kept up with them. So yeah, that's why like I was really upset when he got hurt and we moved on to Kaepernick, because I'm like, Kaepernick's great and he's really electric, but Alex Smith is capable. And I'm like, this guy, we finally got him to the point where he's playing good football. And now you guys are going to bench him. So I like Kaepernick, but I like Alex Smith because of probably this game. You know, like I was like, this guy is finally here, you know. So, well, guys, those are my questions. And that was a lot of fun, I think. Let's see.
So
get everybody back
to me, the catch was also against the Saints. The catch 3, what I thought was against the Saints, 3 or 4 years ago. It was just a regular season game at the end of the year, but it was a back and forth. Jimmy's, you know, actually had a pretty good game. We kept exchanging leads, and then that was the one where George Kittle had like 3 guys hanging on him, and he just wouldn't go down. I remember which casino I was at, watching it on a big screen. Like I remember everything about that game.
Yeah,
they won by a field goal. They won that one by a field goal. They had to kick field goal. They didn't get the touchdown. They got a field goal.
Yeah, that game was a lot of fun. I was watching it at work, the Jimmy game in New Orleans, and I had to go pick up a trailer real quick. So then I'm listening to it on the phone, and I'm driving down the road. I actually had to go to In-N-Out. There's an In-N-Out facility. I had to go pick up a trailer and then take it back to Livermore. And I got there, and everybody's eating hamburgers, and I'm trying to hook up the trailer, and I'm still listening to the game, and I'm hearing them win, and I was just like coming back to Livermore with the trailer, and I'm like on cloud 9. I don't even think the wheels are on the ground. I'm just like super excited. Got to the trailer, got it parked in the parking lot. Jump out, and everybody comes out. All of them were like Packer. No, all of them were Raider fans, and they all come out and they're telling me all this, you know. And I'm like, I heard. And they're all, yeah, he's still not going to win the Super Bowl. And I'm like, oh god. But yeah, shout out to Jimmy, and I'm so glad he's now on the Raiders. And shout out to my old coworkers because you guys got him.
You're welcome. Should have been talking crap to Bryant.
Karma, we know what Karma is, and she's got a sister. Her name's Becky. You haven't met her, then you will.
and Becky's aunt is named Karen.
All right. We got 5 minutes, guys, before it's an hour. Let's go around the table, tell everybody what we got going on. Thank you again for coming. Had a lot of fun. I got a dad joke I'm going to throw down at the bottom. And Ryan, happy birthday again. Thanks for coming. Man, I wish I would have known it was your birthday. I would have had a birthday joke. So,
gotcha.
Hey, can I go first?
With it. Yeah,
can I go first? I gotta get out. Yeah, I'm already gonna have to park like 2 blocks away and wait for 2 to 3 hours in line. So, but I wanted to come on because you sent me the link. It's crazy that Gruden's back in the mix. Interested to see how that goes. Other than that, you guys have a safe memorial and happy birthday weekend, and I'll see you guys later.
All right, later, Steve-O.
Later, Steve-O. Oh, I got to go look that up. Now Gruden's back in the mix? Is he talking about John Gruden? Did anybody hear that?
That's what I'm like.
Me too.
John Gruden is the quarterback coach. John Gruden is the quarterback coach with the Saints now with Carr.
Really? Wow. That makes a lot of sense. Wow. All right, Corey, what do you got going on for the day? You got anything going on later?
Well, I'm going to take my brother out. His birthday was Monday, but he had to work, so we're going out. I'm taking him out for breakfast this morning. And then we're going to my nephew's house for a memorial celebration.
Nice.
And then Sunday, see you in the morning, see what y'all doing, and then afternoon, eating, doing my show, the results show, see who, anybody that went 15-0 this time. Did anybody? Tune in and see.
Tune in and see.
All right, David McNiner, what do you got going on, buddy?
Well, this weekend's all about rest, relaxation, and getting in the mountains and trying to stay away from the water. Because right now we had a record snowfall for this century this winter, and the rivers and lakes are just up, vicious, and muddy. So I was thinking about going and playing in the water, but that's not while it's nasty like that, But I am definitely going to go in the mountains because there's a mud hole here and there calling my name. And when it comes to fishing, there are certain areas of the raging rivers that are calm, and that's where all the fish are. So I'm going to go find them.
You go get some food, huh?
Hey, fish is high protein, low fat,
Hey. Vegetables of the sea.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I was looking for my Jake Moody tuna fish can, but it's too far away. But yeah, that's awesome. Ryan, what do you got going on for your big birthday plans today? And I heard you said cooking something good, huh? Smoking it?
No, I'm not doing anything like that today. I got to work later. I'm just gonna kick it, make some videos, do all that good stuff, work on the channel. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to my daughter.
Awesome.
Get a call from my daughter.
Again, happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, happy birthday, Ryan.
Man, I wish I would have.
I'm 40. I'm 46. It's kind of downhill from here, but it ain't bad.
I'm not not tripping over it. That's why I was like, I'm not like trying to like, oh, guess what? 2 weeks early. Oh, my birthday's in 2 weeks. Like, okay, it's Saturday, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you're not turning no golden birthday or you know what I mean? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing like that. You're just, yeah.
Well,
It's truth.
Yeah.
I'm 36. I'm not looking forward to being 37. I've actually stopped remembering my birthday for the last 5 years. I've been telling people I got to pull my wallet out, and it's just been funny. But then after like the first year of not remembering, am I 30, 31? And I did have to start looking at my wallet. It wasn't funny anymore. But I just it wasn't funny anymore. But so yeah, I'm gonna be 37, and you know, I mean, every day you're still here, you know, is a good day. So
August
but yeah,
24th.
August 24th. Yeah, I'm gonna write this one down, and I'm gonna get everybody else's down too. Put it in my phone so I
I
get
hope
the
it gets
alert.
burnt. Don't write it down.
It's gonna happen. All right, guys, let's drop the dad joke and let's get out of here. Oh, real quick, yeah, please go check out Corey's show tomorrow morning. If you guys like to come around, we're gonna do a coffee
Morning
show
or tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yep. Corey shows in the evening. My show's in the morning. We'll be talking to you both probably about that same time. And we'll give you I'll be shooting you to Corey's channel for the afternoon, for the evening, when he's got his results. So that's going to be fun. And the results are from the Thursday night show. And yeah, somebody might have went 15-0 again. You'll have to come in and take a look. And we'll go from there. We got a lot of good stuff coming, and appreciate you guys coming. So here's the dad joke. And again, I wish I would have known it was a birthday. I would have got a birthday joke in here, but this one's close. So I caught my son chewing on electrical cords. So I had to ground him. He's doing better currently and now conducting himself properly.
Oh my God. There's like 3 things that all run through that joke.
I like to keep it, consistent, make sure that it's all continuity. And yeah, we'll just keep it like that. Thank you guys again
This
for
is a
coming.
great transition.
And please check out everybody in the description. I'll be putting descriptions in later. This is McDonald Bottom, Lockdown, Corey Davis, Ryan No Border Sports, and me, Bryant Culp. And please try to go give us a sub, like, share, tell your friend, tell another friend, and we appreciate you, all of you. You guys have a great day.
Peace.
Peace.
Go Niners and F the land.